Good morning, dear students. Welcome back again with a new lesson of Science 1 Chemical Reaction and Equation. Here, few of the chemical reactions are shown and their effects are also being shown in the form of the table. Let's go through it. Here, limestone powder is heated in an evaporating dish. Then, color change, no color change. Then, gas evolved, yes, carbon dioxide gas is evolved. Then temperature change, no change in temperature. And the type of reaction is a chemical reaction. Similarly, another reaction in which zinc dust is mixed with the copper sulfate solution. The color of the solution, blue to colorless. No gas is evolved, temperature increases, and this reaction is also called as chemical reaction. Then when potassium chromate solution reacts with barium sulfate solution, yellow precipitate is formed, no gas is evolved, neither there is any change in temperature. This reaction is also called as chemical reaction. Sodium carbonate solution reacts with calcium chloride solution. White precipitate is formed, no gas is evolved, temperature increases, and since chemical reaction take place, there is a chemical change. Then phthalic anhydride is heated in an evaporating dish. No color change. Gas is evolved. There is no change in temperature. But again, chemical reaction take place. This was about certain examples where chemical reaction is taking place. Further, a physical change takes place due to change in temperature and pressure. That is one of the factors for the change in physical. Then, chemical reaction is a process where substances which undergo change are transferred to new substances. So, whenever chemical reaction is taking place, a new substance is formed. Chemically, new substance is formed. New old bonds are breaks and new bonds are formed. The bonds in the original substance are broken and the new bonds are formed, give rise to new substances. That already we have discussed. The substances which undergo change, that is bond break, are called as reactants. Substances formed due to formation of new bonds, they are called as products. Chemical equation is a representation of chemical reaction using symbols and formula of the substances involved in a chemical reaction. Then representation of the reaction with the help of words is called as word equation. For example, a solution of copper sulfate reacts with zinc dust to form aqueous solution of zinc sulfate and copper. This is called as word equation. But if you write it in the form of symbol, then it becomes a chemical equation. For example, CuSO4, that is copper sulfate, plus Zn, that is called as zinc, reacts to form zinc sulfate and copper. This is called as a chemical equation. Now, ionic bond in copper sulfate breaks and ionic bond in zinc sulfate forms. Thus, the chemical reaction is taking place. Now, what are the rules in order to write the chemical equation? That is very important because further we are only and solely dependent on chemical equation. This is a part of chemistry, so chemical equation you should know how to write it. So certain rules and regulations are there which you should remember it. First step in order to write the chemical equation is the correct formula of reactant written in LHS. Then plus sign is put between the formula of the reactant. The formula of the product is written on the RHS. RHS implies right hand side. Same way here also a plus sign is put between the formula of the product. A forward arrow drawn between the reactant and a product gives indication about the direction in which the reaction is taking place. The condition of the reactant such as pressure, temperature, catalyst, heat in the form of triangle, etc. are written on the arrow. Then physical state of reactant and product is also mentioned. Nature of the reaction on the basis of energy absorbed or liberated is shown in plus delta or plus minus heat. The name or the concentration are written below the formula. The chemical equation must be mathematically as well as chemically correct, which is called as balanced chemical equation. For example, copper sulfate plus zinc gives zinc sulfate plus copper. Calcium carbonate when heated to a very high temperature gives calcium oxide and carbon dioxide is given out. Same way, copper sulfate reacts with zinc to form zinc sulfate and copper plus heat is given out. Then vegetable oil in the presence of hydrogen, uh, in the presence of nickel as a catalyst at 60 degrees Celsius gets converted into vanaspati ghee. Then copper in the presence of nitric acid, dilute nitric acid gets converted into copper nitrate plus nitrogen dioxide plus water molecules are given out. Same way, copper plus this time it is concentrated nitric acid gives copper nitrate plus nitrogen dioxide and water molecule is given out. Now, what are the different ways or steps under which we are going to write the chemical equation? Here, four steps have been mentioned. The four steps which we are going to discuss it in the next video.